Hi, I'm Rick Mayfield, Chief Science Officer at Nutridyne. Today I'm going to discuss the merits of Nutridyne's new product, Dynamic Detox. Detox has been a favorite topic of mine because it really deals with full physiology and prevention and treatment of many different conditions. The doses for many of the phytonutrients, amino acids, and other active nutrients in this product are science-based, as many of the products and nutrients in this label have double-blind placebo-controlled trials behind it, animal studies, and in vitro cell studies. So in my own practice, we've been analyzing how this product has been working with pre and post blood and urine testing, and we are seeing reductions of heavy metals and chemicals. So the first active ingredient I'd like to highlight is curcuminoids from turmeric. This product has 500 milligrams of curcuminoids, and the importance of why we have such a higher dose is because curcumin has many different mechanisms to improve detoxification, such as it makes the body eliminate toxins right at the gut barrier called efflux pumps or P-glycoprotein. This is along the intestinal tract and the liver. This allows the body to excrete the toxic metabolites that the body's trying to get rid of. Number two is it impacts both phase 1 and phase 2 enzymes. It also provides methyl groups for biotransformation of toxins. It helps bind to lead and cadmium, and it also alleviates liver stress, and it does this by actually increasing glutathione. And it helps reduce lipid peroxidation or free radical activity. It helps reduce what's called inducible nitric oxide, which is very inflammatory. This is all in response to insecticide studies. There's also studies showing that when pesticides are consumed, they travel to various parts of the brain, such as the hippocampus, and curcumin helps dampen the damage caused by these toxic agents in the hippocampus. As you know, the hippocampus is very involved with memory and brain function, and there's other studies showing that curcuminoids help reduce lead and cadmium concentration in the hippocampus. One of the significant factors in this situation with detoxification is that about 30% of most adults in this country have fatty liver and they don't know it. And there are studies showing that curcuminoids help alleviate fat infiltration in fatty liver conditions. And lastly, it also helps improve the leakiness along the gut. So if you don't have leakiness along the gut, you have less toxic overload in the liver. So it really is important, and that's actually an anti-inflammatory effect on the intestinal cells itself through what are called inflammatory cytokines. And final closing about curcuminoids, there actually was a study done quite a few years ago, about 2009, showing that when people were ingesting arsenic-laced water, because it's common throughout the world, these individuals who were consuming curcumin in their diet at 500 milligrams twice a day, they were protected against arsenic-induced damage at the DNA level. So Dynamic Detox has 500 milligrams in one dose. So for most people, consuming one serving a day preventatively is very helpful. In therapeutic situations, we often go to 2 doses per day. Another ingredient in Dynamic Detox is quercetin. This has 250 milligrams. In animals, we know that it binds to mercury, lead, cadmium, and arsenic, and it protects against renal damage caused by cadmium. The kidney is very affected by cadmium, and there's very few things in nature that actually has been shown to reverse kidney damage. Well, quercetin is one of those. It also increases glutathione. Green tea catechins at 250 milligrams is also an ingredient because it helps improve phase 1 and phase 2. We call these bifunctional modulators, and we find that it definitely decreases liver enzymes, AST by 27% and ALT enzyme by 29%. These were taken at 250 milligrams twice a day, or 500 milligrams. So 2 servings of the day of this would reduce liver enzyme elevation. So if you have patients with elevated liver enzymes, this would be a logical choice. There's many studies showing on green tea, actually hundreds of studies showing that it helps reduce the incidence and production of cancers throughout the body, and it also helps reduce mortality from heart disease and stroke. Another active ingredient is milk thistle. Milk thistle helps aid in the cellular regeneration in the liver. It increases glutathione, decreases NF-kappa B, decreases inflammatory cytokines, it decreases the inflammatory enzyme called COX-2, and it actually is also a bifunctional modulator for phase 1 and 2. As we know with Milk thistle, it actually helps protect the liver from lead and cadmium. It actually decreases the progression of cancers throughout the body, especially the skin, prostate, and breast. And there was a study showing that 400 milligrams a day of milk thistle, that would be 2 servings a day of Dynamic Detox, actually improves liver function in people who are exposed to toxic phenolic agents such as toluene. Another active ingredient that we're very excited about in this product is pomegranate. This product has 500 milligrams. And we know that pomegranate increases glutathione, decreases toxic levels. It's also a bifunctional modulator. It helps improve the oxidative stress in the cell. And what's really exciting is there's a bacteria we all have in our intestinal tract called Akkermansia. And Akkermansia helps protect the digestive tract lining. It's called the mucin layer. And Akkermansia has been shown in 500 milligrams per day to respond to help prevent leaky gut. So it's a very dynamic ingredient list, which also includes grapeseed extract. Grapeseed extract does things like milk thistle in terms of glutathione, oxidative stress, and also anti-cancer. This product also has 2,000 milligrams of sesame seed powder. And one of the major flavonoids in sesame seed is sesamin. A long discussion, but basically it's anti-cancer. It actually protects cancer in the prostate. And there's a bacteria fragment called LPS. When a person consumes, say, a high-fatty meal, like, say, a piece of pizza or some kind of animal protein, any kind of fat will increase bacteria die-off of what's called LPS generation. Sesamin inhibits LPS-induced proliferation along the gut. Actually, it decreases leaky gut. So it's a very, very helpful factor. One very important element in this product is the phase 3, or excretion. It contains potassium citrate. Potassium citrate is an alkalizing mineral at 750 milligrams per day. It helps alkalize the renal tubules so you can actually excrete toxins safely. It also has other minerals such as 200 milligrams of magnesium, which is important for many, many different metabolic pathways for detoxification. It has an adequate level of zinc and selenium, and they're significant factors for many different glutathione enzymes and other detoxification biotransformation pathways. And lastly, it has sulfur. It has 200 milligrams from MSM. Sulfur is the third most important detoxification pathway in the body, and we need sulfur through foods, and in this case supplements, and it really does help improve detoxification process. The last section are amino acids and protein. Dynamic Detox has a therapeutic level of L-glycine at 1,600 milligrams. It has 200 milligrams of NAC, or N-acetylcysteine. We know that glycine and NAC does improve glutathione status. It does help improve metabolic detoxification. And we also added 500 milligrams of taurine. You will not find 500 milligrams of taurine in other competing medical detox products. This is very important for help binding against lead and arsenic, but it also improves glutathione status, and it helps protect against depletion and metabolic inefficiency caused by toxins. It's also a very effective anti-leaky gut factor. And this product has 15 grams of protein. You need to have adequate protein to detoxify the body. So this is a good supplemental source of dietary protein. And the best benefit of this product also, it's very low carbohydrate. This is not a sweet product in terms of carbohydrate content. So it's been very patient friendly. Patients have said they like the flavor. It comes in vanilla and chocolate. And I have personally been using medical foods since they came on the market since the 1980s and 1990s, starting with Jeff Bland's work. And we find them to be highly effective. We find that the ingredients in Dynamic Detox surpass all competing labels as far as medical detox content. And we really recommend, ideally, to consume some form of detoxification support on a daily basis, because the level of xenobiotic and heavy metal exposure is ongoing to all of us as humans every day. I've been measuring these chemicals in my patients for years, and now we're doing it much more intensely because we're finding these to be showing up in young children, and it's not stopping. And the biggest wild card here is air pollution. Air pollution is really escalating, even here in the Twin Cities, but throughout the nation and globally. Last year alone, in a very big study published in Lancet, showing that 150,000 cases of diabetes was diagnosed that's solely due to air pollution. We are measuring these chemicals in urine on our patients every week, and we're finding that there's extremely high levels of chemicals that you really have no control over, other than because you have to breathe. So we want to have some kind of daily trickle effect if possible, and that's why we recommend having a scoop of Dynamic Detox on a regular basis so you can actually improve physiological response. This product meets all the necessary factors, dosage levels used in clinical studies, and it just works. Thank you for your time.